I'm just going to get you started today. There'll be a lot of videos coming to help you understand type because there's a lot of nuances that I want to share with you. But for right now, one thing you may have noticed is I talked about that iteration. I got down to here and I looked at what I had. And I liked this. And you may notice this is this font. So that's what I worked on, and that's where I tried all these little graphic tricks that designers use. Got to the end and looked at it and said, eh. So if I hadn't saved this, I might have said, wait a minute, back there I had one that I really liked, but what was the font? And as our font libraries grow, it's going to be more and more difficult to find the font that you really liked. And you might notice the one I really liked had that weird A that I went ahead and replicated manually using a different font that had a cross member. So that's why I'm talking about this, and we're in Illustrator. There we go. So it starts by dropping text on. And like I said, I should have made a copy of that original one, learn from my mistake. So you don't work big on the whole thing. You can always zoom in. I'm holding down the space bar and then I hold down Command and I can kind of zoom in, and I got caps lock on. And that caps lock is just because I want to work in capital letters. But if I start here, I can move this up. Now, I'm going to hold down, I click on it, start to drag, and then hold down Option. Notice how the cursor changes and I get a duplicate, but then it moves around, so I hold down Shift at the same time. I'm holding down Option and Shift, and then I let go of the mouse before I let go of Option and Shift, and now I'm ready for my second one. And I want these to be the same length, and so the idea is you click here, and I want to track this out. See the shortcut? Oh, let me get rid of caps lock so you can see it. Option and the right arrow is tracking. If I just hold down the right arrow, it just moves. And I get it close, because I can always tweak this and get it just right. But for right now, I also want to bring these lines. Here's tracking. This is space between all letters, and if you click on these three dots, you get more information, the entire character panel. And what we're doing next is we want to adjust this. And yeah, I could click on this to bring this down or up, or I could hold down Option once again and use the up and down arrows to move this. And then get the black arrow, the selection tool, and click away. Now I got my first and second iteration, and you just keep moving through this. You keep holding down Option, dragging out a copy, hold Shift so it's constrained, and drop it and keep working. And then instead of fiddling with zooming out, if you hit Command 0 takes you to full screen. Command plus zooms in depending upon what you have selected. And you may say that's easier than remembering holding down spacebar and Command, but no. The spacebar is the hand tool. Spacebar gives you the hand tool, lets you move things around. The spacebar and Command is the magnifying glass. Spacebar, Command, and Option lets you zoom out. But you don't, yeah, you can click, but you can control it this way. Spacebar, Command, and we can zoom, and I want to zoom right there. I'm going to bring this, and there we go. So have some fun, show your thought, show your evolution of your idea, and at the end, you're not going to say, Scotcho, I just did one because I really liked this typeface. I want you to explore. And if at the end you return to that typeface, at least we'll be able to see your thought process. But the idea isn't just drag out a copy and change the font to anything and then drag out a copy and do the same thing. You're looking through the fonts, trying to find ones that work. And, sometimes you look at yourself and say, what was I thinking? Seriously?